This video is sponsored by Loft Discs, a new disc golf company that produces high-end golf discs based on cutting-edge computational flight simulations. You can pre-order their first disc, a super straight putter called Hydrogen, right now on Kickstarter with the link in the description below. Well, look who decided to show up. After an extended vacation, traveling across much of the western United States of America, all the way from Denmark, we have the Loft Discs Hydrogen. Finally, it has arrived. These have been kind of misplaced in the mail for a little while here, but we finally have them in the studio to check out, and I will be doing a full test, a full review coming soon. This video will really only serve to kind of show these off, give you guys my initial impressions, and give you a quick look at them, and all that kind of good stuff. And then I'll do a full test, I'll get all the flight footage, all that kind of stuff, and look for a full review of this disc coming up very soon. Huge shout out to Loft Discs for sponsoring this video. They are a brand new company from Denmark, and you can check out the link to the Kickstarter in the description below. There's also a lot more information in there in terms of the design and the thought process and all of the different stuff that went into creating this disc, so I definitely recommend you check that out if you're interested. Without further ado, let's take a look at them. So, Loft Discs Hydrogen. Here are the flight numbers 1200. So the whole goal with this disc was to create a very slow, very straight, neutral flying disc that is kind of just perfectly neutral. Will hold that line that you put it on without any real natural turn or low speed fade in the flight. And so far, it looks like they've gotten really close to that goal based on any of the footage I've seen on these flying. But I haven't looked into too much outside of the stuff that Loft had kind of created, because I want to go into the test and the review of these with a kind of clean slate and just see how they perform for me. But yeah, there are the flight numbers. Very slow disc. With the disc being so slow, it ended up with a pretty kind of frisbee type design to this disc. There's not a lot of mass on the rim. It doesn't protrude out very far. It doesn't really tuck under very far either. As you can see, it's pretty blunt, and it's got that kind of more frisbee shape to it for sure. It is quite flat across the top. And let's take a look at these both side by side here, give you an idea. These are the same disc, same plastic and everything, but to be slightly different colors maybe. And there is your look at the design of these. So yeah, they definitely kind of have that little bit more frisbee type feel in the hand, and while that's usually not something I like, I actually find these feel pretty nice. And I think it's because they are shallower. They made a concerted effort to keep the disc small diameter, and also to make sure it had a little bit more of a shallow feel in the hand, and I think that was very beneficial to the overall feel of this disc. I think if it was much deeper, it would start to feel kind of clunky in the hand, and I don't think I would dig it. So I like that they kept it a little bit more low profile, but it's definitely, as you can see, not a lot of mass to the rim. It doesn't protrude out very far at all, and it is a pretty blunt edge design to it for sure. These are in the Alpha Solid plastic, which is a premium plastic, kind of Star ESP type plastic. Pretty good grip for sure. This plastic feels like the type of stuff that would probably pick up some grip over time as you kind of throw them and they get some use. These are prototypes. These are some of the earliest ones that were created, so they have some distinct differences between these and what you will end up with if you sign up for the Kickstarter. First of all, these are actually like printed on instead of hot stamped, because the hot stamp wasn't quite done yet. Also, these were produced right before the mold had its final polishing, so once you look at the bottom of it and stuff, you might be able to see it's got a little bit more of like a satiny type finish. There's actually some scuffing, really faint scuffing on there, I think like right around my thumb there. That stuff is all just kind of left over before they did the final polishing to complete the mold and start production. So these are very early prototypes, but they're going to perform and feel much the same as what you'll end up with if you sign up for the Kickstarter. They will also be releasing these in a more baseline plastic, which I believe will be Beta Solid, and I hope to test and review those as well. So all in all, they feel interesting. I'm really excited to get out and test these things. They're supposed to just be extremely neutral and hold the line, and that's always a great attribute. and I think it's really interesting to kind of start from the ground up and try to design a disc that use computer simulations and stuff to try to figure it all out, and definitely took a very intelligent, detailed look into designing this disc and really put a lot of effort into it from what I can tell. And it's been really cool corresponding with them and working together to kind of bring you guys a look at these here on the channel. As I said earlier, stay tuned to the channel for a full in-depth review of this disc compared to other discs. Also, hopefully at least me and one other thrower, all that kind of stuff that you guys have come to know and expect from me here on the channel. So if you like the channel, please hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for future uploads, including the full review of this disc coming soon. Also, huge shout out to the Disc Golf Nerd Patreon support team. That is one of the best ways to support the channel, is to check me out on Patreon, and for as little as $2 a month you can sign up there to support the channel financially. It's really, really helpful, so I appreciate all those people. But I appreciate you all for stopping by to check out the video. Thanks once again to Loft Discs. I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Cheers. Thank you so much for watching, and big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. If you would like to see your name listed in the credits of all of my videos, go to patreon.com/discgolfnerd.